is always honest. If you wanna find the real deal, relax your mind, just take it slow. No need to rush, just feel the flow. I want you now, no need to wait. Tell me, are you ready? Tell me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the internet where we take a subject and we go deeper. How are you all doing today? It feels like it's been forever, has it not? I feel like it's been forever. It's been a very long time. I hope you all are having yourselves a wonderful Sunday afternoon and or whatever other time of day you're watching this. But hello to Micro and Blue and Ugly German Truths and WF6I. Goodness gracious, and Stop Believing, Start Thinking. Hello, hello. I hope you all are having yourselves wonderful Sunday. We have things and stuff to do today. We haven't. That's the wrong one. Oh goodness, it's been too long. I have forgotten how my own show works. As per usual. Hello, Christy. How are you? I forgot how everything works, so that's fantastic. We have forgotten absolutely everything. Oh my goodness, what is in the background of my thing? There's something over there. Why are you there? Oh, this thing's on. Let's turn that off. I don't want that. Don't want that. I want this. There we go. All right. Yeah, welcome everyone. Are there announcements? Not really. Housekeeping? Not really. It's at 4. I'm very oh, God, I say this all the time. I'm very close. I'm very close. So I've been working on I have been working on a video. Currently, I'm working on a video on Jordan Peterson, and I want to finish it because it's about drug addiction, and I feel like that's relevant at the moment. Mostly because Jordan Peterson a couple of years ago came out and was like, "Hey, I have an easy fix for drug addiction." He's wrong, for very obvious reasons. And so, but part of his don't do that to yourself. I have though. That's the problem I already have. So part of the reason is that he's like Jordan Peterson. He's not 100% wrong, but he's still an idiot and very wrong. And so, and part of what he did is he actually talked about ABA stuff, which is like the one thing that I actually know shit about. And so, it's what caught my attention is that he actually genuinely talks about ABA stuff, like does it correctly and appropriately, and it makes sense. Except that he's still very wrong because it's not what you do for drug addiction, and so it's like you're wrong, but you're right, and yeah, and now he's in refag, so it's just so there's a whole lot there to unpack, and so I thought it would be a very quick quickie where it'd just be like, so you're wrong here, except that he's not wrong, and so it's like you're wrong for all sorts of weird reasons, so it's taking a lot longer to write a script than it should. I was really tempted to just like stick the video into today's menu as well because I was just like, I want to talk about it, but I think I want to talk about it in a very well written manner. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's housekeeping. I'm gonna try to get it done by today. If no later, it'll be like tomorrow. I think I'm gonna spend the afternoon working on it because screw the unpacking throughout the whole language. There's a lot. There's unfortunately Jordan. Sorry for shaking the camera. Jordan Peterson does this thing where he's not an idiot, right? Like it's one thing to like debunk a flat earther or debunk like a climate change denier or an anti-vaxxer, right? Because you could almost always go for like you're wrong and you're kind of a little stupid for saying it this way, right? But when it comes to Jordan Peterson, he's not necessarily wrong. Like he has, but he is. That's the problem. Like he takes little pieces of different sciences, and he's right about the individual pieces of different sciences. But then he like tries to mash them together, and they don't mash together, and that's where everything goes wrong. So like the individual pieces are correct. It's the mashing together part that's wrong. But then to try to show why he's wrong, you have to understand like 5 different bits of science or like 5 different kinds of psychology or 5 different types of therapy. You have to understand them all to understand why putting them together is wrong. And so he's not he's not knowledgeable. Maybe that's a better one, but it's just God, that's what he does. It's just, like the sticking together part is what's wrong, and so thankfully he actually picked a subject that I know some amount of, which is ABA, and so and he's only sticking 2 things together, which is that he's conflating what we do in ABA therapy to change behavior to like what rehab does really, and he's like stick them together, and then it doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and so and I know it doesn't work because if it did work, you wouldn't be in rehab, Jordan. Also go to rehab if you have drug problems. Like don't listen to there is no simple solution to drug addiction and or any addiction. There is a very long and complicated solution to it, and you should listen to the people who actually know shit about this, not me. Go to rehab. So so yeah. So that'll be that when I get to it. Okay. Anything else with housekeeping? Goals and things. I haven't updated this. There's actually a really big update. I got paid by Google. Yay. And patrons did a thing, and patrons will do a thing, and thank you, patrons. So things will I'm laughing, but I shouldn't be. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So money things. Thank you everyone for donating. Thank you everyone for super chats, donations, patrons. You're amazing. This time, like I said, oh God, I can't point. This money is going towards paying for my GRE, which is actually happening next Saturday. So I'll be taking the GRE next Saturday, which is it's a test. It's a general knowledge test thing that I have to take. I don't actually have to score well in it. I'm sure that I'll score fine, but I don't actually have to score well in it. I just have to take it, and then I can apply for the master's program that I'm applying for. So it's another step in the process, but all of your money is going towards paying for that test. I've already paid for it, but it's going to help sort of go back into helping me make for that purchase. So thank you everyone who has again done super chats and patrons and stuff. You're helping me be a smarter person, so I appreciate that. It's very, very cool. Hello Luke, how are you? So thank you very much. And so yeah, if you would like to do super chats and whatnots, all super chats right now are going to make R&D smarter by taking this one test and then applying for a master's. So that's us. Okay, so laughing about things you shouldn't do. It's a thing. God, it's a subject. That's a subject. If you've been on my channel, I'm just gonna put this out there. If you've been on my channel, have seen it. There is a stream that is going to happen on October 12th. I don't necessarily know what the name of it is or what the time of it is. Reds and I are having a spat. I'm gonna give Red an opportunity to do his little rant thing. He can either do it on my channel, I'll do it on his channel, one or the other. The time isn't settled. I just put a time in because I have to put a time in for a stream. The time isn't settled. The channel isn't settled. It's either going to be on his channel or my channel. And it's just an opportunity for Red to bitch about me all he wants, and then that'll be that. So, and it's all about laughing about inappropriate things. So, there's where that happens. So, if you want to listen to that, keep an eye on either my channel or Red's Rhetoric's channel, and then it'll happen on either one of those. In 2 weeks. It's really dumb and a waste of time, but we're gonna do it anyway. So that's a thing. We never do that on this channel. It's true. Yes, laughing about inappropriate things. So it's about rape jokes. And laughing at inappropriate things. So yay! There goes monetization for this stream. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, what'll probably I'm not gonna even like pretend like this isn't gonna happen. What's probably gonna happen is Red will do his little rant thing. I'll thank him for his time, and then immediately following that, I will actually do a stream where I will talk about all the stuff that I need to talk about it. So, is there fun and laughing when it's inappropriate things were intentional? Uh, it's there's a lot. So I've done this before. So like when I like when I'm talking about when I'm talking about things that are make me slightly uncomfortable. I did this a lot when we God, I do this a lot all the time. Like things that make me slightly uncomfortable, I will say like, I'll laugh at things and I'll say that I'll like, isn't that great? And it's a coping mechanism to the fact that I'm talking about horrible shit. Like, it's not like I genuinely find the things that I'm listening to funny. It's not that I think they should be things that should be joked about. It's that, it makes me uncomfortable, so we laugh. We all do this. This isn't like an R&D problem. This is an everyone problem. We laugh because we're uncomfortable. We laugh because everyone else around us laughed, and that's a thing that happens quite a bit. Like, if you've ever been to a comedy show, hell, if you've ever been to a movie and you just sit there and like everyone else laughs and you laugh along and you didn't entirely get the joke, or you didn't like hear the joke but you still laugh. Why? Because everyone else laughed. It's a human thing. We react. That's how we react. It happens. It's fine. So there's sort of a lot to unpack with that, and I'll kind of get to it in a couple weeks. It's really not meant to be the subject of today's stream, but I wanted to just announce it as a thing that will happen in the future. So yeah, humor is a way to deal with some shitty things, and it's there's a lot to unpack there. Humor is a thing. Okay, so with all of that said, we got ourselves do we have beer of the week? We have beer of the week, and we actually have something special with beer of the week today, but you won't get to find out unless you hang out for the first hour of the show, and then you get to find out what's so special about beer of the week this week. Okay, so beer of the week, we have all of these, and gosh, I need to find her on Twitter. So beer of the week for the next ever, because I have a crap ton of beer now, are going to be brought to you by my best lady, who came to visit me last weekend here in Omaha, and we went to a wedding and whatnot. And she brought back with her just a boatload of beer from all over the place for me to try out. And her whole thing was to that I had to do them as part of the show. Best lady. So I don't have a best man. I got married. I don't have a best man. I have a best lady. I think she's okay with being called a best man. I don't know. But she's a lady. She was my best man, but she's a lady. So I usually call her my best lady. So Pikes Peak, the number of jokes in the English language is truly endless. It is. So yeah. So that was my that was my best lady brought a whole bunch of beer, and so we're gonna try it out, and so that's what's gonna happen for the next, I don't know, month. We're just gonna try out a bunch of beer that I didn't really pick out. It got delivered to me. So the first one today is called Gold Rush. It's a golden Belgian ale by Pikes Peak Brewing Company in Monument, Colorado. 8.7% alcohol. They had a very, very, very small description, which is our Gold Rush. Gold Rush is a full-flavored Belgian-inspired ale with notes of honey, clove, and baking spice. So that's really all we got. That's it. Like that's the description. So hopefully it is honey colored. God, the lighting in here sucks. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, this I think so. We're getting into winter territory here in Nebraska, which means that it's gonna get dark. It's like dark right now outside in the middle of at 12 in the afternoon in Nebraska. So, which is why the lighting keeps shifting a whole lot. I don't really have proper lighting in this room. So I think we might be investing in, what are those things? A shadow box? Not a shadow box. That's a different thing. A light box. Light box. Opposite of shadow boxes. Isn't always winter in Nebraska? We're going to invest in a lamp. In a fancy lamp is pretty much, yeah, a lamp. So we're going to invest in one. Okay, so here's the beer. It is, it's not my favorite color. I'm not going to lie. This is not my favorite color of beer. But there it is. It is very golden. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh, it smells good though. Oh, that is a good smell right there. That is a fantastic smell. Oh, that is delicious. I love you. Oh, that is so good. Mmm. Mmm. That is so good. That is, you can taste the honey and the cloves and the spice. That is a very genuinely very good description of this beer. You can taste all the things. Highly recommended. Oh, that is so smooth. Mmm. Oh. Oh, that is nice. It's got a nice little sweetness to it at the beginning of it. And then it's kind of spicy in the back. Ooh, that is good. I like this. Okay, besides the crappy color, it's a terrible color for beer. Not gonna lie, that is an awful color for beer. But besides the awfulness of the color, that is a really good taste. Like, what is 8 out of 10? Let's go with an 8 out of 10. That is fantastic. Maybe a 9. Oh goodness, I think I really like an ale. Oh, a Belgian ale. I think I like it. Okay. Have you ever tried mead? Yes, I think we had mead of the week once here too. I'm gonna turn things. We did mead of the week like a year ago for Christmas. That's not the right holiday. For Halloween, I think. I'm gonna turn my lamp to my face. There we go. Fix the lighting. Lighting issues, not fixed. Now start like. I look at these cheeks. They're so shiny. I do not like this lamp. Dislike, hate, 100% dislike and hate the lighting situation right now, and I'm gonna complain about it rather than do the show. Okay. buying a light box for next week. Okay, so that's it. That's our beer. It's good. It's delicious. 7, 8, no, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Fantastic. Love it. It's fantastic. I'm in love with this beer. Okay, so with that said, I gotta start the poem. But while I start the poem, here are your options. We have The Truman Show by ODD-TV, Alpha Males by Joe Rogan, Can't Be a Flat Earther by Owen Benjamin, who I think is a flat earther now. I don't know. Free Speech by Survival Life, Global Warming by David Icke, Detox Tips by Pisquet Truth. I don't know. I don't actually know how to say her name. And Ancient Aliens by the History Channel because why not, right? Okay, so let's get ourselves a poll going here. If I remember how to actually do what I do around here. There we go. Open poll. So there we go. If you would like to vote on what you would like to watch this lovely evening, you can do an upside down eye vote, and then the number of you would like to vote for, and then we'll watch that video. It'll be fantastic. I'll send you some makeup tips. Please do. Like, I mean, I do. I probably should do makeup because, like, look at this note. Look at how shiny I am. God, I'm so. I need some powder. Like, I am very shiny. This is awful. Look at my eyes. They do not. They do not. I do know I look real good with eyeliner. I just haven't put on eyeliner in a very, very long time. I used to do makeup for like theater and stuff, and a couple of events that I've done, and I like eyeliner makes my eyes pop really well. They don't look so tiny and squinty and awful. So I do need that. I do need some tips. But I am super shiny. Like, look at how shiny my nose. Oh, it's gross. I am not a fan of myself right now. You're not a fan of myself. Yeah, it's called skin. My skin is super shiny, and I'm okay. Okay, so it's making it worse because the light is like on my face, and it's making me sweaty and hot and sweaty and shinier. Like, the more that I complain about how shiny my face is, the sweatier and shinier I'm getting. It's just pop your eyes. That sounds bad, I know, right? My eyes do look bigger with glasses. The moment that I take them off, I look all tiny and squinty, and I'm not a fan. I'm just, look at those tiny, squinty little eyes. I am just a rag. I potentially could ask my wife to do my makeup too. God, I am so fucking shiny. Just not a fan. I do. So okay, so makeup is definitely a thing that we have to do. Like I gotta figure out makeup. I gotta do all this. Makeup lights. This room is just not. I don't know this room. I could turn on this light behind me, but then I look like I have a halo, and like it doesn't look good. Nothing about this looks good. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. But bright side, you know, my off. It does. I'm sorry. The show will end. How are we doing on the poll? We got no seconds left. We're gonna close the poll. And oh no. Oh, complete that poll. There's car alarms like still going off in the distance. Okay, poll ended. And we have a tie between 6 and 7. Oh, it's a draw. Okay, like I want to say let's do both, but oh no. Okay, flip a coin. Where's my phone? Okay, we're gonna flip a coin. We're gonna have Google flip a coin for us. Heads we do Pisquet Truth. Tails we do Ancient Aliens. So flip a coin.
It's tails.
It's tails. That means it's Ancient Aliens. We're gonna start with Ancient Aliens. Probably be the ones that we will stick to, and if we finish it, which I don't think we will, but you know, we might take a break and move on to anything else. So Ancient Aliens is gonna be our starting spot for now. So let's get ourselves this going and this going, and I don't know where I left the video. There it is. Ancient Aliens. Okay, so let's get where's the video? Video, VLC, Ancient Aliens. Got it. Good. Everything's fantastic. Okay. The name of loud. It was very loud on my end. I work in psychology. How do you pronounce Pisquet? I gotta keep calling it Pisquet because it's way funnier. There's a really funny all right, I don't know, and I don't know. I'm gonna. It looks like I'm back. I don't know. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we're back. Like I said, giant storm Everything's just gonna die. That is okay. Okay, well, so is he still on Satanic Apple Machine? I am on my brand new Apple Machine, which I love. I genuinely don't think that was a Mac problem. I think the internet just died everywhere for a second. Um, so that's a thing. Okay. Full name of the video is Ancient Aliens: The Potential Allo of Atlantis, Season 12, Episode 2. Do you really have 12 seasons of this nonsense? Ugh, garbage. Okay. So this is by the History Channel. I'm sure that this video will get a strike and or demonetized for this nonsense, but we're going to talk about this nonsense for a little bit. All right, here we go.
Sicily, 2015. Archaeologist Sebastiano Tusa excavates a shipwreck less than a mile off the coast, which has remained undisturbed for more than 2,600 years.
Okay, I've genuinely never watched Ancient Aliens. I have no real idea as to what they talk about. I'm assuming Ancient Aliens. Yep, looking at lightning maps, the storm is right on top of Omaha. Yeah, no, I'm gonna die. It's fine. So I don't know what they usually talk about. I guess we're gonna talk about random sea things, but you know.
His team dredges up an ancient payload of 39 metal ingots.
Oh no, metal ingots in the ocean. If you die, can I have your channel? Do you really want this channel? This channel is like half my audience hates me because I don't talk about flat earth stuff, and then the other half loves me because I talk about flat earth stuff. It's great. It's fantastic. I don't know what to do with my channel anymore. Oh wait, I saw a UFO. No wait, never mind. It was an airplane. Yeah. It has more subs than yours. Okay. Oh, there's another one. It's gonna be loud. No, it's not gonna be loud. It's quieter. Okay, that one was further away. Okay. They talk about the thing about annoying archaeologists. So okay, so we found a medal. That's where we're at. We found a medal in the ocean. Okay.
Interestingly, spectrographic analysis of the recovered alloy reveals the compound is unlike anything ever found in the ancient or modern world.
Oh, it went dark. It went. Okay. It's like nothing ever seen before. Okay. So that was quite dramatic. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was like a USB hub. Look at that USB hub. Like science hubs. Yeah, USB hub means that we have we have to plug in multiple USB things at once to charge. I'm sure one of those is a cell phone. I also enjoy I don't know why I don't know, a Raspberry Pi is part of this image either. There's a Raspberry Pi and a hub and computer things, and because of this, aliens.
The interesting part about this is the composition of the ingots that they found.
Somebody go find a geologist, Geo. Somebody go find Geo. No, he's not a geologist, but he should be. It is an Arduino. The link with Italy is that it was in Uno. Okay, Uno. I don't computer. I own a Mac 'cause I don't computer. So I know sort of what Arduinos are, sort of, kind of, probably. But I do know it kind of just looks like a Raspberry Pi. That's about really the only connection to computers that I have. Okay, so this is like nothing we've ever seen. It's made out of, I'm hoping they're going to tell us what it's made out of.
The metal is 80% copper and 20% zinc. There was other things found in it, but that's the majority of the opposition.
Okay, it's a thinly, it's bronze. Is that what it is? Okay, let's Google. Let's get our friendly neighborhood Google. Let's get an incognito window here going. Nope, not you. I said incognito. You gross thing. I said incognito. New incognito weapon window, please. And let's make sure that We go over here. Nope, that's not what I want. I want this to be, nope, not that. Goodness gracious, this one? There we go. Okay, so, we're gonna look up what was it, 80%, what was it, copper? Copper and zinc, right? Copper and zinc alloy. Alloy. There we go, we got that. Brass. It's brass. I don't know if that's true. I don't metal either, but it's brass. It's brass. So there we go, guys. It's brass. Super good of you, whatever, History Channel, for being confused by brass. That is amazing. that you somehow think that brass is something that needs to be, they're talking out of their brass. This is amazing. I love you, History Channel. You're so dumb. Have you been drinking? Your entire stream is blurry. My entire everything, yes.
Now,
Brass.
zinc only occurs in nature as speller.
I'm playing the video and I'm showing it to you. It's fine. It's fine. Basic metals are magic.
It's a zinc sulfur complex. In order to create zinc, which didn't come around until about 1,000 years ago, you have to actually process the zinc out of this sulfide. They didn't have that technology back then.
What was someone doing?
So it's brass, guys. It's brass. R&D is always wrong. It's brass. Okay, let's talk about zinc. When was zinc? Zinc is a thing. It's called heating. I'm assuming zinc was discovered. It's like when science was discovered, and not when science when like we started like actually trying the. So okay, so what I can see happening, because this happens all the time with ancient stuff, is that they had a way to produce the thing, right? It's just not the way that we do it, and they probably didn't have the name for it that we have it. So they probably made brass. Or potentially, I don't know metal, so potentially what I could see happening is zinc didn't exist until 1,000 years ago. That's what this guy's saying, right? So what potentially is happening is that ancient people knew how to make brass. They did not necessarily know how to make zinc or copper separately and then mix them together, but they had a way of making zinc and they probably didn't have a word for zinc because, it might be a modern invention, but that doesn't mean they don't have brass. Pretty much. Okay.
Blending together copper, zinc, lead, nickel, iron. This is a complex alloy. This is nothing easy to do.
It's okay. It's brass, buddy. It's brass. It's. I want to let it brass, please. It's brass, buddy. It's. Okay. Today, the oldest version. The oldest evidence of pure zinc comes from Zawar in Rajasthan. As early as the 9th century AD, when the distillation process was employed to make pure zinc. So besides not knowing how to History Channel, you also don't seem to know how to math. History Channel, I'm gonna turn off this lamp now, because I don't think I need it. Oh gosh, thumb's still broken. Okay, there we go. Nope, didn't help. I'm still shiny. They built the ship. Okay, yeah. The Old Testament refers to brass in several places, as that the New Testament, which said to be heavenly from Jesus, had feel like brass, shiny as brass. This is brass, guys. Okay.
It suggests the possibility that it could have special electrical or energetic properties that we don't even know about.
I'm sorry, what? It's I'm still at the it's brass point. Like, okay. It's brass. guys. It's it's not that. Okay.
People would not be expected to be making such a complex alloy back then.
Okay.
How is it possible that such an advanced alloy was manufactured over 2,600 years ago? Centuries before man had the technology to manipulate elements like zinc into metals. And what was its purpose?
Who knew brass was such energetic properties? I do. It's fucking brass. It's fucking brass. Okay. Like this is funny, right? Like the History Channel saying stupid shit is funny. It really is. It's hilarious. It's also extremely depressing because this video has like 1.5 million views or something like that. And it's by what used to be what 15 years ago, 20 years ago, like a channel that actually like did legitimate like history stuff, right? And it's really depressing to look at the fact that like the History Channel is now somehow confused by brass, which like I feel like the first time I learned about brass was from the History Channel and talking about the technology of ancient people because, you know, they could use brass. Oh, gosh.
Based on the composition of this alloy, scientists believe what they have found is orichalcum.
Fucking, we went Final Fantasy VII on us here. Orichalcum. Is orichalcum a real... Okay, now before I look, orichalcum is not a real thing, right? Right? Like that's a Final Fantasy thing, not a real thing, right? Right? Like it's like the glowy sword that Frodo has, right? Like that's orichalcum, right? Is that it? I don't know. It sounds made up. I'm gonna look it up. Look up orichalcum and see if I get a Final Fantasy reference. That's what we're gonna do first. Orichalcum. Oh, there it is. Okay, is it a Final Fantasy thing? Oh no, look, there's a thing. A yellow metal priced in ancient times, probably a form of brass. Sorry, it's brass. It's brass, guys. It's a fancy word for brass. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm gonna die here. Oh no. Orichalcum or aurichalcum is a metal mentioned in several ancient writings, including the story of Atlantis by Plato. Oh god. Oh, I can't handle this anymore. It's fucking brass. Oh no. Ancient history, why? It's fucking brass. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Okay, I can handle this. Oh gosh. I can't. Fucking brass. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna listen to a little bit more. I can't. Scientist thinks it's brass. I think it's brass. I'm gonna die. Oh goodness.
A metal associated with the legendary continent of Atlantis.
Fucking brass.
According to Plato's 4th century dialogues, the tomato...
I can't. Oh my goodness. Okay. I need... I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm crying. I can't right now. It's fucking brass. Oh, okay. I can do this. Brass by any other name is orichalcum. Okay. Okay.
Yes, and Critias. Atlantis possessed a power and technology greater than any other civilization on Earth. It was founded and ruled over by the Greek god Poseidon, whose temple was covered in a precious metal called orichalcum, which translates to mountain copper.
You know what else it translates to? It translates to fucking brass. It's fucking brass. You never seen it? It's just, I can't. It's fucking made out of brass, guys. Oh gosh.
The composition of the alloy is not specified by Plato.
But it's made out of copper and zinc. Brass yourself is about to get stupid. Oh no. Oh.
But based on its electrical properties, color, and luster, scientists
I'm sorry. What? Okay, based on its electrical property, color, and something.
suggest that if it really did exist, it most likely consisted of copper mixed primarily with zinc.
Was it brass? Dear History Channel. Dear History Channel, was it brass? I bet it was brass. I bet it was brass. I can't. Oh, goodness.
Just like the metal found in the shipwreck.
Yeah.
It was said that the temple of Poseidon on Atlantis flashed with the red light of orichalcum, the copper tint of this metal.
It's... Oh, God.
Caught the attention of the seekers that came to this sacred place. This is not just an attractive color. This has spiritual implications. There was something about...
I have some Nazi and Philippine coins made out of brass. Oh, that's amazing. Scientists dramatic plus that it's brass. Buddy, what's up? What are we gonna do? Oh gosh. What are we gonna do, Hans? Are we gonna sit? You can sit right there. We'll put the camera on you so people can see you. And they can stop seeing me like turn red as I laugh at this nonsense. I'm sure everyone will appreciate that. Okay, I need a light. I need a better light. This is dumb. This is all sorts of... Is the cat shiny? I don't know how shiny... Oh, I can't even point it like... There we go. There he is. You get to see, like, this part of his face. Good boy. You're in a very awkward spot, buddy. You're in a very awkward spot.
About this metal that was said to resonate with the divine.
What? I'm sorry, what? Okay. I should have made the Woo Bingo card. Okay, we're gonna resonate with the divine, so that's a thing. That's a thing we're doing now. We're resonating with the divine. Whatever the fudge that means, we're doing it now. Oh.
Perhaps it was its origin, that it had come from heaven. It fell out of the sky.
According to Plato's story, the Greek god Cadmus, son of Poseidon, came down from Mount Olympus and gave orichalcum to the people of Atlantis.
Okay. So okay. It's a shiny mouth. Shiny mouth. Like mana. I don't know if you can eat brass. Oh goodness gracious. Okay. So one of the fun things about legends is that they're not true. One, just disclaimer, they are not true. like the literal truth of them is wrong, right? There wasn't an actual god that came down and gave orichalcum or brass to anyone. That never fucking happened, right? But they do tend to be like allegories and hold like some tinges of truth, right? So or not tinges of truth. That this might be like an explanation used by ancient people as to how they got brass. It doesn't actually mean that that's how they got brass, but it's definitely a like, this is how we think, as people who do not understand metallurgy, how we got brass. It's not like an actual explanation, but it's an explanation, which is a thing, right? That doesn't mean that just because ancient people describe that this is how they got it, that this is actually how brass came to be. Oh, hello, buddy. You're gonna stand up? What are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna clean yourself. There. Everyone watch Hobbs clean himself. Kitty tongue. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're at.
An important figure in early Greek mythology was Cadmus, a divine character, the first hero, fifth in the lineage from Zeus of the Greek gods.
Cadmus, that's a thing. Where was Cadmus from? It's from a show. I saw it once. It was in a show. Shit. I'm more obsessed about the fact that like Cadmus was once in a show somewhere that I watch. Or a video game? Or something? It's a thing. It's a thing. Hobbs is tired of my shit, so he decided to leave. Nope. He decided to just shove his tail into me.
It was Cadmus that brought the making of bronze. He knew how to make alloys, special metals, which in the early days of civilization was the beginning of technology.
I bet one of those early metals was brass. I just, Cadmus. We are very dangerous. Cadmus is a laboratory in super... there we go, Cadmus. There we go. It is. Oh, there we go. Okay, I knew it was a thing. I knew I saw it in a show somewhere. Yeah. I saw it in Young Justice. That's where I saw it. Young Justice had it. I'm sure Super Universe, right? So now I remember. It was in Young Justice that I saw it from.
So Cadmus is the one who shows us the divine nature of metalwork and gives this as a gift to the generations.
Okay, still brass.
Why are we so quick to dismiss the underlying stories in those myths?
Because you're supposed to be smart. That's why, right? Like, okay. Okay, not that religious people are dumb, and not that the ancient people were dumb for believing them, but, gods aren't real. Superboy was created in Cadmus. Yep, there we go. I knew it was a thing. As a Greek, though, I have to testify that orichalcum actually translates into mountain of copper. Everything else in this document is ridiculous. Thank you for explaining that. I am gonna butcher your name. Emmanuel. Okay, so I see Emma. Emmanuel Daskalakis. Cool. Okay. So yeah, they did actually mention the mountain of copper thing. It's brass. We have decided at this point that they're talking about brass. Because orichalcum, at least one of the definitions that we found was that, well, not definitions, but that it was probably copper or brass of some sort. Okay. Yes, Zeus actually had thunderbolts and was just a lady man's, had sex with all the ladies. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, other cat's back there. You can see her like tiny little ear just like wiggling right there. Little kitty ear wiggling. So other cat is also here, and Hobbs hasn't actually bothered to leave.
Those stories talk about extraterrestrials coming and visiting our culture.
No, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I guess. Well, no. Are Greek gods extraterrestrial? I don't think they are extraterrestrial, right? No, they are terrestrial, right? Yeah, Greek gods are terrestrial, so no, they're from Earth. So even if you take Greek gods as literally being true, right? Like everything about them is literally true. They literally are born of the Earth. Like they're not actually extraterrestrial. Like they are terrestrial beings. So if you're gonna push this like the Greek myths tell us literal truth, then you can't actually dismiss the fact that they are terrestrial. They're not extraterrestrial. So checkmate, atheist. No, checkmate, History Channel. We got you there. At the top of a fucking mountain. Yes, nothing gets more terrestrial than a fucking mountain.
They talk about gods that walked among us and interacted with humans, but with a severely advanced technology beyond anything that we have today.
No, they had magic. What? No. What? No, they had magic. Oh god. This is a good pick. I like this pick. It's making me laugh quite a bit. I love it. Okay.
Ancient astronaut theory says that the legend...
What? I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? Ancient astronaut theory? Ancient astronaut theory. We're gonna Google that. That sounds Googleable. Ancient astronaut theory. What is this? Ancient astro. I can't spell astronaut. Astronaut. No, not. Whatever. Google. There we go. Ancient astronaut theory. What are you? Okay, we're gonna like. What? Okay. What? A micro. Make notes of crystallinks.com. What is this? Okay. I have things. I have words. Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I made a mistake. I want to grab you, and I want to make you small enough that everyone can see the everything that you have to show. Okay. Like that, and then we'll just stretch it out a little bit here and like that. Okay. There we go. That bar. Or just ignore that bar. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Okay. There are many subroutines running in the hologram we call reality. I'm sorry, what? We rabbit hole this shit. Holy, okay, wonderful. We just went down a rabbit hole. I love it. I love every bit of this right now. I'm trying to get the chat back up. Okay. More space juice, more space. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna read like the little bit of this, and then I'm gonna save the rest. If you would, okay, let's do the thing where I actually look at you all. Okay, if you would like to watch me read through all of this nonsense, along with microblogganism and potentially GeoStrubber and maybe some other peeps, come join us at taking a look at. There's a link in the description, and you should subscribe and watch Micro and I go through this like every other week ish. Go through silly sites. This is probably going to be one of them because this sounds hilarious already. Okay, so with that said, let me see if I can actually nope, that didn't actually help. Okay, let me see if I can actually have it over here, and then okay. So subroutines of reality. Evidence of previous experiences found in many parts of the planet, sometimes as inserts that suddenly appear out of nowhere are alien to us. Okay, that's a thing. That's a sentence we just sentenced right there. So I'm gonna try to make things work just a little bit better here, so you can all actually see what I'm talking about. Okay. Bam. Like that. Sure thing. Why not? Lower it just a tad bit. Like that. There we go. Okay. Oh, I just can't, like, get this right. I am finicky. I am, like, messing with this far more than I should. No. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right there. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, that's a thing. This is the thing we're going to talk about. Most people believe in aliens, from ancient visitors to modern-day extraterrestrials who visit Earth with an agenda. Clearly, the creation myth of each ancient civilization discusses alien gods who descend from the sky for any number of reasons. Some who allegedly mated with human women to create bloodlines. Oh no, we're getting kinky here. Or created humans through biogenetic experiments. In the duality of the physical reality, there would be good aliens and bad aliens who would have great battles just as we do while visiting here. Ancient aliens, as we envision them based on endless physical evidence found across the planet, does not actually refer to a group of extraterrestrial beings who came here once upon a time, but is more about those who created the consciousness hologram. I'm sorry, what? I can't word that word. In which we vicariously experience and learn. Reality. Sorry, that's not reality. Is consciousness created in the matrix of time to study emotion? I'm sorry, what? Reality is consciousness created in the matrix of time to study emotions. But that's a sentence. As we search for the what? For the truth behind the illusion about who created humanness and other sentient life forms. Other sentient life forms. Arguably, a lot of life forms on the planet are sentient. We're just kind of the assholes who run everything. We look at those who came from the stars, ancient astronauts, or creation gods. Oh no. We must never forget that if there is indeed extraterrestrials, who are physical beings after a fashion, and that creation continues beyond their agenda. They are a subroutine, for lack of a better word, within our program reality. Call it grand design, master plan, or whatever term comes to mind. But remember, in the beginning, and is rapidly approaching its end. Watch the signs, internal and external. Okay, well, that was a thing we just read. Oh no. So, if you would like to see more of this website, please go subscribe to take a look at and watch Micro and I react to it. It'll be fantastic. It'll be great. It's fantastic. Nothing wrong here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna listen to a little bit more of Ancient. We're genuinely almost done. We got like 40 seconds, maybe less, of this video, and then we're gonna take a break, and then we're probably gonna move on to Pisgay Truth.
Of these Greek gods are not just mythological, but they're actually rooted in actual events.
There we go. We finished the video. Okay, so this was a good laugh. Good pick, everyone. It was a good laugh. History Channel, it's fucking brass, guys. It's fucking brass. Okay, so that's that for now. We are going to, okay, so we do, because we are sexist assholes, we do get to have boobs for finishing a video. And then we also, we're going to move on after, so we're going to take a break, we're going to move on, we'll be back in just the tightest of bits, to finish the rest of the show. Probably go on to Pisgay Truth for a little bit, so we'll talk about, we'll talk about whatever they have to talk about, right? But we're gonna take just a quick break. So how many numbers do am I at? 36. Okay. We'll have Google pick a number between 1 and 36. Pick a number between 1 and 36.
28.
28. Yeah, we finished the video, something we very rarely do. So oh, we got butts this time. So thank you for staying around this long. Okay. Again, we'll take a break. There is, surprise, if you're still here, there is a second beer of the week. So, because I have like one of a crap ton of beers, I have decided that instead of doing one beer of the week, we're gonna do multiple beers of the week. So, rather than one, right after the show, we have a different beer of the week. So if you'd like to find out what that is, stick around. This week's beer of the week, the Pikes Peak Gold Gold Rush, fantastic, 9 out of 10. I loved it. It was delicious. It was smooth. It was sweet. Oh, what a great beer. Highly recommend it. So there's that. If you want to stick around for the second beer of the week, just come by after the show. Until then, enjoy some fan art and some royalty-free music, and we will be back in just a sec.
always look to you for a warm embrace that kept me safe and free from harm. These days, everything's changed. Pull me through my darkest days, a constant phase where everything's a game. Always stuck in the day. And I know you needed me to come back home, that I'm not gone and you gotta find a way to move on. 'Cause the times are changing, the past is rearranging itself to fit the way that you feel. And you know I'll always find my way back home to you, home to you. Pull me through my darkest days, a constant phase where everything's a game. Always stuck in the day. Found ways to break away. In time, I know you'll do the same. The end is near, it'll be crystal clear. And I know you needed me to come back home, that I'm not gone and you gotta find a way to move on. 'Cause the times are changing, the past is rearranging
All right, and we're back. All right, good break, everyone. Woo. Okay, so with that said, now that I've said a whole lot, so as I mentioned earlier, thanks to all the wonderful things, we have 2 beers of the week. So, okay, I didn't see if there was anyone new in the chat because I'm useless. Hello, Insider. I don't think I said hi to you or to Christ Puncher. How are you? So we're back. So thanks to the fact that my best lady brought us multiple beers of the week, we have 2 beers of the week today. So we're gonna make a big shift from our lovely Belgium ale, which was so good, to an IPA. And some of you might be thinking, R&D, that's a terrible idea, and you're probably right. But we're gonna switch to that. So before we move on to the next video, we're gonna read a little bit of the description they gave us for this IPA. This is a Brut IPA. It's American Brut IPA from Tivoli Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado, with 6% alcohol. So we have a rich brewing heritage, but we also pride ourselves in being early adopters of new techniques by combing classic beers with cutting-edge technique. Oh god, this sounds like it's going to be a disaster. We've made a unique brew that stands apart from the trend. In your hands is our brutiful. Oh, look at you guys. You guys are so punny. Love it. Brutiful. Like I lost where I was. God, I really did lose where I was. We've made it in your hands. You have Brutiful IPA, a brew developed through close collaboration with our partners at MSU Denver. We've created a very clean, dry IPA by using traditional ale malt and yeast strains, and took it a step further by lagering it. Ooh. The result is a bright, effervescent, champagne-inspired IPA that is a prime example of Tivoli way of always pressing on. Is it brassiful? I don't know. Okay. So, are we in for a treat? Are we in for like a actually good IPA, which I doubt because it's an IPA, or are we in for an IPA? Which one is it gonna be? All right, let's see. We got ourselves. It's a terrible color, as IPAs tend to be. Not gonna diss on light beers too much, but that is a horrible color. That is just I don't know, 3 glasses of water a day colored right there. Fuck you, good IPAs exist. I know they do. I am IPA racist. Yeah, IPA racist. Let's go with that. Oh, there's a spider on my computer. Hello, little spider. You do your thing. I'm gonna leave you alone. It was the worst pour you that it was a terrible pour. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sort of unpour itself. We did decide that we were going to move on to our second choice video, which, if I remember correctly, was video number 6. So where are you, video number 6? Which is Detox by Piscaya Truth. So we're gonna do that as well now that we are all finished with the History Channel. So Piscaya Truth is gonna tell us, where is Piscaya Truth? There it is. We'll get you over here. Okay. So, with that said, is this beer any good now that we are ready to actually try to drink? God, that is an awful color. I'm not gonna lie, that is a terrible color. I am not a fan. That is Budweiser. I don't know. Not gonna lie. Oh, sorry. Let's turn that back on. I'm not. This grumpy face is. I think this grumpy face might say it all. I'm not. It's not bad. It's not a bad IPA. No, it's not a bad IPA. It's not a good IPA though. It's not a bad IPA. 5? I think I'd give it a 5. It's it's I'd drink it again. I would definitely drink it again. I think I would probably enjoy it more if I was like out at the pool or outside and just kind of needed like a drink for outside drinking. I think for outside drinking it'd be really good if I had like a nice, I don't know, like a nice salsa with it or something, or like a nice steak. I think a steak would go well with this. Yeah, a nice steak or something spicy. Some tacos. This is a taco beer. That's what it is. It's a taco beer. If I had a nice taco with some salsa, I think this would be great. On its own, 5. On its own, a 5. If pair it with some food, I think it could get higher. But on its own, it's a 5. It's not awful. It's not the worst beer I've ever had in my life by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, it's okay. All right. So with that said, that's our second beer of the week. We're gonna have 2 beers of the week for a little while, until I get through a whole lot of beers that I have, and then we'll stop. I also, I have a, I kind of want to go grab it. So, Boulevard Brewing Company down in Kansas City released a 30th anniversary barrel aged beer, and it was like this big, and it was like $20, and I bought it. It looks amazing, and it's gonna be great. So one of these days I will get around to that. Until then, it's sitting in my fridge just waiting for a nice special occasion. Okay, so the name of this video is Buy Piscate Truth Merchandise. I don't know why that's the name of the video, but it is. I don't actually think that's the name of the video. I think that's just the name of the download. Let me actually go look up what the name of the video is. Because I did have it. I feel just slightly stupid for having that as the name of the video, but it's not. Okay, Piscate Truth, where are you? What you're really eating... Is this one it? Yeah. What you're really eating, 6 worst food chemicals, health, safety, nutrition, and detox tips by Piscate Truth. And so they're going to tell us about all the horrible things that we stick in our bodies and why they're horrible things to stick in our bodies. If this intro thing has anything to tell us, it's woo time. So woo time, here we go. I don't have my headphones in. I enjoy tacos, including the food. Oh goodness. Okay, let's do this. Don't drink bleach. It's true. Don't do that. Okay, put headphones on so I can actually hear what person over here is saying. Yeah, don't drink bleach. Bleach is a terrible idea. I'm gonna turn that down just a tad because I did see that it was kind of spiking there. Oh, hello. You are a pretty lady. I should not judge a lady by its prettiness.
There are several thousand different food chemicals used in our food supply.
You don't say. Yes. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a chemicals are in everything video. You're not wrong, lady. There's lots of chemicals in your food. I would, if you are not eating chemicals, you have a lot more to worry about than if you are eating chemicals. Not gonna lie to you. If you have somehow found a diet, lady, whatever your name is. What was your name? Emma? Is that your name? No. Karina. Escape Truth. Okay. Karina.
There are several.
Okay, Karina Rachel. Hi, Karina. My name's R&D. I gotta warn you, Karina, that if you have found a diet that lets you eat, that entirely avoids chemicals, you might be dying. So maybe stop, because that's not a good idea. Of course, she has to. Certified holistic health coach. How does one do? I want to know how one does it. How does one become a holistic health coach? Oh no! I want to know. Where's my extra panel here? Okay, certified. What is a health? Certified holistic. I'm angrily typing in all caps. Holistic health coach. Is that what it said? I think that's what it said. Okay. Certified holistic coach was 6 months. 6 months, guys. It took 6 months to do this. Oh goodness, look at all these things. Oh no. Okay, if it takes you 6 months to get certified for a thing, you might want to question the thing that you're certified at doing. Just a thought. Just a thought. Okay. So there's that. Okay. There we go.
Several thousand different food chemicals used in our food supply. And while it would take a pretty long time to discuss all of them, in this video, I'm going to focus on the worst 6.
Okay, so just so you all know that okay, I feel like I shouldn't have to do this. Chemicals aren't bad for you. Everything that you eat is made out of chemicals. It's just how it is. Chemicals are not bad. They're like chemicals are everything. Water is a chemical. And unless you're willing to not drink water, you're gonna have to drink a chemical. It's just Cheeto dust is number one. Cheeto dust is the worst thing ever. Okay.
And I've done my best to really just come up with a list of common food
Sponsored by Eat What app.
chemicals. And what you'll see once we start looking at some of these different foods is how many different products contain these harmful chemicals. So I hope that this video helps to empower you to avoid these harmful chemicals and give you a little bit more understanding as to why these certain chemicals are so dangerous in the first place.
That is a thing. You shouldn't eat any apps. Don't eat apps. Apps are not healthy. They're not nutritious. They don't have enough chemicals in them for you. Oh, no. Okay, Karina. So you're going to actually tell us why these chemicals are bad for you. Okay.
One of the most dangerous food chemicals is aspartame.
Aspartame. What is aspartame? I'm going to already be like an idiot and not know what aspartame is. Is that a sugar? Is that a thing? Is that a sugar? That's a sugar, right? I want to say that it's a sugar. Okay, do the thing. Aspartame. What's aspartame? Aspartame. Aspartame. There it is. Pain. There it is. Aspartame is an artificial sugar. It's a sweetener. Yeah. Oh God, I can't read that word. Non-saccharide sweetener, 20 times sweeter than sucrose, and is commonly used as a sugar substitute in foods and beverages. It is methyl ester and aspartic acid phenyline. Dipeptide with trade names: NutraSweet, Equal, and Candora. Okay. Except it doesn't. Okay, so it's a sugar. So it's not actually a sugar, right? It's just sweet. I don't remember what the definition of sugar. The definition of sugar is a thing that I don't remember the thing of it. Which I don't remember what like the actual definition of a sugar is, but like, it's a sugar like. It's a sweetener. I guess I shouldn't even say it's a sugar like. It's a sweetener. So it's not actually a sugar. Probably not a sugar. I'm gonna go with probably not a sugar. Because it's not actually chemically composed of sugary bits. If it's not in Candyland, it's not a sugar. Okay, so it's a sweetener. Got it.
This is an artificial sweetener that was actually somewhat discovered by accident.
As it happens.
So they were trying to come up with an anti-ulcer medication, and they ended up just kind of discovering that it also was incredibly sweet. So after this anti-ulcer medication was repeatedly rejected by the FDA, they eventually were successful in having aspartame approved for use as a sweetener.
Okay. Just okay. So let's, because I understand what your implication is, right? Like it wasn't good enough. Hey, Kaiser Cube, how are you? It has been a while. Where have you been? Are you? Hi. Okay, because I understand exactly what your what you're framing here as, right? Like, oh, it wasn't even good enough to be an anti-ulcer medication, right? Is that what she's anti-ulcer medication? But you know, the government was good and cool with making it a sugar. So probably, this is my guess, is that it's because it sucks as an anti-ulcer medication. Not because it's actually dangerous for you, but because the thing that it was actually like promoted as, it was not good at that. It was not good at actually being an anti-ulcer, right? So they were like, no, you're not good at being an anti-ulcer. We can't let you call it an anti-ulcer because you suck at that job. And then they were like, well, it happens to be sweet, and it's good at that job, and it's, you know, probably the FDA was like, yeah, it's safe to eat, and it's sweet. So at that job, at being a sweetener, it's fine. It's fine. It's being a sweetener. Wasn't Viagra originally heart medicine? I know I have heard that Viagra can be used as a is it a blood thinner? Is that what Viagra does? It can do or does do. I know that you can have like off, like so like there's like the thing that the yes, it was a blood pressure. There we go. Like there's a thing that the medication is like meant for. Like Viagra is meant to get you hard, right? But one of the side effects of getting you hard is that it helps with blood pressure, so it can be used with that as well. And it's you know, it's used for that. Jet lag, according to some studies. Ooh, really? Viagra can be used for jet lag. That's interesting. Did not know that one. I knew that it was used for the blood pressure thing. I had known that before. Okay. One of my Transmed is also a blood pressure reducer. Is it really? That's kind of neat. Yeah. So a lot of these things don't have a like. This is the one use because, you know, chemicals. They can be used for more than one thing. Imagine that. Okay.
Aspartame is single-handedly responsible for 75% of the adverse food reactions reported to the FDA.
Do you think this is true? I'm gonna okay, so adverse, what did you say? Aspartame adverse reactions. Because that's what she said, right? Whoa, wow. Anti-aspartame activism claimed there's a link between aspartame and a multitude of ailments, including cancer, seizures, headache, depression, and whatnots. So this is a claim. That's not actually the thing. Aspartame blind challenge. Ooh, an actual study in an actual paper. That's neat. The study was designed to ascertain whether individuals with mood disorders are particularly vulnerable to adverse effects of aspartame. Although the protocol required the recruitment of 40 patients with unipolar depression and similar number of individuals with psychiatric history, the project was halted by the IRB board after a total of 13 individuals had completed the study because of the severe reactions within the group of patients with a history of depression. In a crossover design, subjects received aspartame 30 milligrams or a placebo for 30 days. Despite the small n, there was a significant difference between the aspartame and placebo in number and severity of symptoms for patients with a history of depression, whereas for individuals without such a history, there was not. We concluded that individuals with mood disorders are particularly sensitive to this artificial sweetener, and its use in its population should be discouraged. Oh, well, there's a thing. I did not know that was a thing. That's a thing. Wow. This I don't think this is what she intended me to find, but I found this. That's interesting. Huh. So and this study is from, this study's kind of old, so it's probably worth finding a newer study. So this is from 1993. Turn up your volume then. God damn it. It's not my fault. My volume's at max. Okay, so this was a thing that so this is aspartame allergy would result in being allergic to pretty much any protein sensitive type. So this isn't so this study at least and I'm pretty sure I'm showing it on screen, yeah. So this study at least is not about it's not about allergies as much as it is about its reaction to patients with depression, and it's an older study, so I would have to look at newer studies, but that would be interesting. I wonder why it would do that, huh? Yeah, but you have your doubts about this paper. I could see why you would have your doubts about it. It is an older paper, so I'm not 100% sure about it. There's probably been new studies sort of along with it, but that's the study we found. So there we go. We found a study. We found a study that aspartame may cause people with depression to be more depressed. So that's a thing.
This means that of all of the different adverse reactions that people report to FDA.gov, aspartame is responsible for 3/4 of them. So now we actually are...
Oh, that was the claim. I'm sorry. Should we do 3/4? Is that going to give us a thing? So so this is a claim, and I get the feeling that it's not actually it's just depressing doping. It doesn't make sense for simple diet P to do that, but eating beef wouldn't. I don't know what about aspartame in particular would have that quality. Okay, here's the thing. Aspartame source watch. There's a source watch for this. Okay. The artificial sweetener aspartame marketed by NutraSweet amino acid equal Kathir is now a new modified, more concentrated and heat-resistant version called Neotame, which can be found in APs listed as most hazardous chemicals. This sounds okay. So, by the way, this is a random ass wiki. Because it's in controversy since its initial approval by the FDA in 1974. Critics point to the conflict of interest that marred the FDA's approval of aspartame, the shoddy industry-funded research supporting its safety, and point to independent research that shows the numerous health risks associated with aspartame. By 1998, aspartame products were the cause of 80% of complaints in the FDA food additives. So, their source for this is artificial sweetener symptoms caused by aspartame, which is by medicine.net. And do you like aspartame? How sweet is it? By the Gazette. So, makes me kind of... I'm very cautious about this particular claim because so far it's 2 random ass websites. So this... I don't know what medicine.net is, but this is so it is not a peer-reviewed paper. I will say this much. It's not a peer-reviewed paper. It's got a lot of things, a lot of ads for things with aspartame, I'm certain. And then the other one is an article by the Gazette. So as far as I can tell, because Lady Pants over here didn't actually give us a place to look up the source, both the sources that are being used are kind of iffy. Iffy is probably a strong word that I should use there, and I can't even find the Gazette article. So it's my computer is still thinking about the Gazette article. So probably shouldn't take either of those too seriously. Is what I'm saying. There's a good chance both of them are bullshit. This whole site is known as a quack site. That is not at all surprising. So far, I'm going to eat while I do this because I'm hungry. Oh, we can test the thing. Okay, entirely separate issue. Then aspartame. We were talking about how this beer could go really well with spicy food, so we're going to try that. Entirely irrelevant to our discussion of aspartame. We're going to see if this food actually goes, or this beer goes actually good with spicy things. So spicy food. And beer. Oh, it does go well. This is a taco beer. Okay. You just went up the rankings, beer. This is a taco beer. Get yourself a good taco with a good hot sauce, and this is a taco beer. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, God, yeah. You're a solid 7 now. You're a solid 7 beer. You just went up from a 5 to a 7 just because you're really good with spicy food. Okay. Problem solved. moving on.
Seeing less aspartame on the food label, but instead you might see sucralose or acesulfame potassium. So these artificial sweeteners have been found in a multitude of studies, not only to cause more sugar cravings, cause more carbohydrate cravings, but they're actually known to also prevent the fat burning process in the body, actually making the body more likely to cling on to all of that stubborn weight we want to lose.
Dear Lady Pants, Karina Rachel, dear Karina Rachel, the fact that you don't actually like show anything on screen makes me very, 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 very doubtful of the fact that you have actually found studies on this. I would like to know that. I knew it. Klingons. Oh yeah, definitely. I have my questions about this. Hello, Eager. How are you? I have my questions about this. I get the feel. Microbloganism. I feel like you want to yell about this. So as I don't even know why to just. Micro, I don't know why you're just not on my show any all the time. Micro, if you would like to join and yell about this, I would like to feel free to join and yell about this. I think we were able to make this work last time. I'm sure we can make it work a second time. So if you'd like to join, I will gladly add you on the Discord, and you can yell all you want about this, because I get the feeling you have feelings about this. Okay, a little bit more of Lady Pants here.
So not only do artificial sweeteners have a number of adverse effects, things like headaches, indigestion, rashes, but they're also not going to help you lose weight, get healthy, or do any of the things that these artificial sweeteners are claiming to do.
Okay. To be fair, I know that, like, Diet Coke is a thing, but I don't think that Diet Coke actually claims that it'll make you skinnier. Like, I don't think that that's a thing that Diet Coke is gonna, like, if you eat junk food with aspartame, I feel like you have other problems besides, like, maybe don't eat junk food. Like, I know that this is a thing that people do, right? They're like, oh, I switched from Coke to, like, Diet Coke to help lose weight or whatnot. That's Coke lying to you. Like, Diet Coke isn't, like, if Diet Coke isn't gonna make you lose weight. I know that they put, like, diet on there, but just because you switch from regular Coke to Diet Coke doesn't mean you have to lose weight. Like, losing weight is a much more complex thing to do than just changing the one thing that you eat. You have to actually burn off those calories and find an effective, efficient way to do that, which is gonna mean exercise. Not gonna lie to all of you. It means exercise. It probably means taking in less calories too. You're not gonna see a change in weight or a change in body by simply not drinking Coke and drinking Diet Coke instead. There's a whole lot more to that. That is not your solution. I've tried everything to lose weight except eating less and exercising. Oh, the spider made it down on my desk. Depends on how much Coke you were drinking. I suppose it's true. I suppose that's true. Yeah. So your issue, like, so now you understand your issue. Your issue is with advertisement, and advertisers are lying assholes, right? Like, they certainly are lying assholes. I'm not gonna, like, pretend like they're not. Putting diet on Diet Coke is a shitty thing to do. That's not how that works at all, remotely. Is putting diet on Diet Coke and actually make you go on a diet, right? But that's more of a problem with advertisers than it is with the actual aspartame. The actual aspartame is kind of the, I don't want to say the victim, but they're kind of the victim here. So yeah.
So aspartame is one of the biggies that I personally try to avoid and that I would recommend for others to avoid. So you're primarily going to find artificial sweeteners in your diet beverages, sugar-free beverages, things like Slim Fast. But you'll also start finding, if you start looking at food labels, that there are more and more products that contain artificial sweeteners. It's not just those diet and sugar-free foods.
I mean, okay, so far you're not wrong. They're going to be there. If you want me to join, feel free to add me on Discord, although we did have a problem that you couldn't stream the sound to me. Oh, that was true. I got to figure that out. That is the thing we got to figure out, how to stream the sound to you. We will figure that out for one point. But for now, because I don't know how to do sound for you.
So I actually use this app in my phone.
Oh! Advertisement break.
Called Eat What. And it is a directory of all of these different food additives. And then you can also use it to scan a food label.
Sorry, we're taking an advertisement break now. I'm going to skip over it because it's an ad break and I don't care. Yay for your ad break, lady. That's fantastic. Oh goodness, that is a long ad.
Go ahead and move on to the second one. This one is artificial colors like red 40 and yellow number 5. One thing that most people don't realize about artificial colors is that most of them are actually made from coal tar.
Coal tar? Oh, no, colors, I know, right? Are they made from coal tar? I could see them being, that'd be interesting, huh?
That means that these are petroleum products. Okay, and in my opinion, things that are made from petroleum are not things that I want in my diet.
So what? Your lipstick is also oil as well. It's true. Okay, so she just great. So if nothing else, I'm gonna hand it to you, Karina. Here. If nothing else, Karina, thank you for being very, very explicit about the fact that this is your opinion, right? Like, thank you. If nothing else, I want to thank you for saying that in your opinion, you don't want these things, right? Because that's a big difference between saying it's your opinion, and that it's like an actual problem. Saying that it's your opinion, don't. Good luck, I guess. Avoiding colors, good luck with that. But it's not actually like you don't actually seem to have any evidence for why it's a problem. You hear the word oil tar and you're like, ew. That seems to be like the big problem with this is it's an ew factor. It's made out of oil tar, not that it's actually bad for you.
If that isn't reason enough, we could talk about some of the adverse effects commonly associated with some of these artificial colors. So red 40, we would find red 40 in the bright red Powerade. It's also in the Kool-Aid, marketed to kids. It's also in the Pop Rocks, marketed to kids. It's also in the Fruit Loops, typically marketed to kids, although there's plenty of adults that eat Fruit Loops too. No
It's a conspiracy against kids.
problem, no shame. So red 40, if we were to look inside the Eat What app,
you are getting your money's worth on this this advertising. Eats What's app.
Cause allergies, may intensify asthma symptoms. When combined with benzoates, which is a really common preservative we're going to talk about in a minute, it's known to cause hyperactivity in children.
No, it's not. Oh no. Okay. I am genuinely getting tired though of I'm actually looking up shit for you, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna pretend you're wrong about everything because that's way easier. So you're pretty much I have to stop at the hyperactivity with children thing because this is God, this is such a common thing. Like the whole sugar, colors, whatever drinks cause hyperactivity. That's not how any of this works. This is definitely a thing like okay, fun social experiment I got to do when I worked with kids. Is one year I used to work at a Girls Inc. and one year we threw a little party and we had at that time Kool-Aid. I'm not sure if they still do this anymore, but Kool-Aid had those like clear flavor things, so you could make like Kool-Aid. You could make like giant batches of Kool-Aid, right? But they were clear, so it's kind of like Capri Suns, right? I think Capri Suns are clear, so they look like water, right? And so because of this, because we realized they look like water and the kids are fucking weird, we decided, my coworkers and I decided to put food coloring into the drinks. And so we did one as red, just red food coloring, one as, I think it was blue, and then one as green. Just to sort of, throw it in there. And then, but all of these were like cherry flavored, whatever the fuck that means for Kool-Aid, right? They're all cherry flavored. And then at the end, we kind of polled the kids and just looked at how much of each one was left. As it turns out, children, and I think most adults in general, kind of like the red drink a whole lot. Like they like the red one more than they like the other flavors. Nobody liked the green one, by the way. Like nobody thought that the green Kool-Aid was good. Everybody liked the red one. Nobody liked the green one, and the blue one was kind of in between. But they were all exactly the same flavor. Like there was not. We changed the color. We didn't actually change the flavor of it. But everyone, like the moment that they saw the flavor, that's like what they thought, and it just goes to show, like same thing with the sugar thing. I constantly get parents who are like, oh, if I give my kid sugar before like 7 o'clock or after 7 o'clock or whatever, after dinner, they're just all over the place, and it's all that sugar in there. And that's not how any of that works. Hyperactivity does not work on sugar, is not based on how much sugar your kid eats. So as much as you may think that giving your kid sugar gives them a sugar high, that's not at all how any of that drinks or any of that works.
It's believed that carcinogenic products may be produced when it's decomposed. If we look at yellow number 5, that would be a whole other discussion. But the bottom line here is that these artificial colors, number 1, come from something which, in my opinion, is not edible in the first place.
Again, your opinion. A lot of oils. They're oils. You have oils. You have oils. You have oils. Oils happen. It's fine. You eat plenty of oils all the time. You're fine. You are fine. You cook with oils. You cook with butter. You cook with olive oil. You cook with canola oil. You cook with oils. You eat oils. It's fine. You just don't like how this one oil sounds.
And number 2 are so pervasive. Did I mention the Cheetos? Let's see, we've got yellow number 6 is our artificial color in the Cheetos. But the bottom line is that pretty much all of your processed foods are going to contain artificial colors of some kind. There's also one known as titanium dioxide, and it's even found in this coffee creamer.
Oh no! This chemical that sounds scary is in my creamer. Oh no.
So titanium dioxide is often used to make things look whiter. Titanium dioxide is a chemical that's actually been banned in certain countries.
What? That's a lie. I know your food is going to be processed. That is true. Okay, let's look up this titanium. Is that titanium dioxide really banned in places? That's an interesting idea. Titanium dioxide ban. On April 17th, Ministry of Ecology and Solar Detention issued a press release announcing that France will prohibit foods containing the food additive from being placed on the market beginning January. Oh, really? Oh, that's actually a thing. France did a thing. Oh. Oh. Huh. Huh. Did not know that. That's a thing. Did not. Huh. France bans titanium dioxide food additive beginning in 2020. On April 17th, whatever. The press release cites the April 2019 opinion from Agence Nationale de Sécurité, French. The expert group cites that ANSYS conducted a literature review on oral toxicity of E171, identifying 27 studies published since 2007. ANSYS concluded that it has no new information to remove uncertainties regarding the safety of E171 additive, pending a better toxicological characteristics of E171 to work, and we're currently underway at the European level. And so reiterates that the previous general recommendations on nanomaterials aim at limiting the exposure to workers, consumers, and environment by promoting products that are safe and equivalent products in terms of function and efficiency without nanomaterials. Huh. Well, that's a thing. But that's France. They're fucking super paranoid about the kind of shit. A large part of the EU's food and farming risks are because of France. So I would like to actually see these studies. But okay. So France has. Someone actually did that. The US seems to not care. Probably. Not surprised that the US doesn't care. France announced a ban for 2020. U.S. confectionaries and pastries export to France will have to be TI02 free by... Huh. So, there we go. So it's a France. France did it. France did a thing. That's where we're at. France did a thing. Take that as you will. Is France an authority on it or not? Is, questionable. Questionable is probably a good word for that. Okay. If we're stupid about the levels, you can always dial it back without any harm done if you get it wrong other way. Okay. Cool beans.
So again, that's something that is really handy about this little app. So our next harmful food chemical is MSG, or monosodium glutamate.
That's one that I know people are actually allergic to it. Rhetoric&Discourse microorganism. The reason why France is banning white paint is that their soldiers have nothing to signal surrender anymore. So I do know that some people can be allergic to MSG, right? Like that's a thing, right? Is that a thing? I remember hearing about it. The people can actually be allergic to MSG. But that's different than actually it being bad. Like, people are allergic to peanuts. That doesn't mean peanuts are bad. Or people can be allergic to all sorts of things. Penicillin doesn't mean it's bad. So besides allergy, I don't know what it is.
Now, one of the most notable things about MSG is that it's used to create obesity and diabetes in laboratory animals.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, for a second there, man. I thought we were going like full conspiracy. I thought we were going full conspiracy there. Okay, it's used to create obesity. So, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's used to create obesity. So here's the thing, lady. Just so you understand this, like, so. Because this is one of those things that is so logically flawed that I can just, without even knowing shit about MSG, your argument is real dumb. If your problem is that it can be used to create obesity, and that's why you shouldn't have it, I like literally anything can be used to create obesity, right? Just because it is used to do that in animals doesn't mean that it is the only way to actually create obesity. It might be a very efficient way to do that, right? It might be a really cheap and simple way to make mice obese, right? And it might work for that, But there are plenty of other things that can also create obesity. Plenty of other things that I'm sure you would think are natural that could create obesity. Just because it is used for that purpose doesn't mean that it always creates obesity or that it is its only function. You don't get the McRib all year long, do you? I don't. What's a McRib? Okay. Good times.
So that they can do various testing on them for diabetes drugs or obesity studies. So not only do I kind of disapprove of animal studies in the first place, but this one really borders on absolute cruelty, because now they are purposefully giving diabetes to these rats, purposefully making them obese. And what do they use to do it, guys, but MSG?
Okay, I've already talked about this. Yes, they probably. I'm gonna not doubt you for a second here, and yeah, sure, they probably do. That doesn't mean that is its only function, or that like it's the only thing that gives you obesity. I'm sure there are plenty of other things that give you obesity. But even if I grant you that much, Lady Pants, even if I grant you that much, the discussion on the ethical use of animals for study is an entirely different conversation, right? What God, I just did the thing. Like 90% of I want to say it's 90%, but I really shouldn't be citing numbers unless I can actually back them up. So I might have to back them up with going through my class logs and whatnots, because we a lot of medicine, a whole lot of mostly medicine, because it's mostly medicine. Not gonna lie. A whole lot of medicine relies very, very heavily on the use of animals for testing. How ethical that is up to your own personal ethics, right? Like there are government institutions in place to help prevent animal abuse. A lot of universities and research groups have their own boards in place to stop, from abuse. IRBs are kind of the thing that we have in the States, that are institutional review boards that kind of look over to make sure that you're not being abusive to animals. There's a whole lot of gatekeeping involved into when you can't use animals for studies and whatnots. And honestly, this is going to be a much bigger discussion than what you can probably offer, Lady Karina. Is how much is it worth to a human if a rat has diabetes, and that comes and the study with that rat actually gets us a closer a better understanding of how obesity works on humans, and we can save humans from dying due to obesity. Is the study worth it or not? That's kind of a personal question, like if you're okay with it, and you might not be. I feel like the humans who are saved might think that it's a worthwhile cause. That's a personal thing. I don't like how simplistic you're making this be. Like, you're very much making it like, I don't approve because rats are obese and that's bad. It's a much deeper ethical question than like rats are obese. It's like, what do we as humanity gain from making rats obese? Do we gain something out of it? Is it really worth it? You can have your own opinions about it. It's just, it's. I don't think you can just make the sweeping generalization of all animal testing is bad, because a lot of good has come from animal testing. Like a lot of good, and a lot of people's lives have been saved, and a lot of human lives have been improved because of animal testing, and we can't just dismiss it because it makes you uncomfortable. Lab animals tend to live better lives than farm animals and even pets. Yeah, so again, and this isn't like a singular answer. Different countries have different rules. The U.S. has different rules than European countries. Different like institutions themselves get to set up like, this is what we think that we should do. Like, this isn't cough, insulin, cough. Yeah, like this isn't as simple. This isn't as black and white as you want to make it, Karina. It's far more complex that I think I am capable of talking about at the moment. But it's not. It's definitely not as simple as you want to make it be. All right. I think with that said, I think with ending on on talking about the ethical use of animals in animal studies, I think we're gonna end our the show with that there. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted. I want a big thank you to everyone for being here. Very, very much appreciated. All of you showing up. Hopefully today, end of today, maybe tomorrow, we will have the Jordan Peterson video. I hope so, and we can talk shit about Jordan Peterson for a little while. If nothing else, I will see you all next week. I'm still working on all the things that I'm always constantly working on, but now that I shouldn't have a day off on the show, at least for a little while, and things should get back on track a little bit. Thank you everyone for being here. I greatly appreciate it, each and every one of you. We will see you all next time.